Okay, today we're going to be tying a little blowtorch, size 18, on a scud hook. Caddis pupa scud type of a hook there. It's a size 18 saber shrimp caddis pupa hook. Normally you tie a blowtorch on a jig hook. I do have size 18 jig hooks that I've tied them on before, but they're actually, even the 18 is a little bit bigger. I'll show you here real quick. Than the 18 scud. Not much, but just a little bit. I actually like the curvature of this scud hook, is why I tied it on there initially, just to experiment a little bit, and I ended up liking it. So I'm going to go ahead and tie you up something on it. Thread I'm using is a yellow, let's see what I put in here, yellow unithread, 72 denier, 8/0. Just kind of need a thread that's the color that you need, with small enough to effectively tie the fly. On this fly we're going to add a tad bit of lead, just a couple of wraps. Let's see what I got that on, holding it right. Alright, go ahead and helicopter off. Take a little bit of super glue. Alright, just about like that. Slide that lead up into the back of the bead. Now you center that bead on there nicely. Now we're going to take our thread, the unithread 72 denier, wrap it in behind the lead there, take it back, cut away your tag end, take your thread back a couple more wraps. Now you're going to tie in some yellow antron. Comes in a spool. This is actually stripped down to about half the size, half the thickness in the strands, because the fly is so small. So go ahead and tie it in. Leave yourself a little room, you'll trim it down. Go ahead and wrap it in a couple times. Wrap it back, all the way back to the bend of the hook. You kind of want this at a downward angle. The normal blowtorch kind of sticks straight out. When I originally tied this version of it, I made it stick down like that. Alright, wrap it back up, take your scissors, trim it to length, just about there. You just want a little tag in. Nothing special. Now you're going to add, let's go ahead and cut away this. You don't need this anymore. Save this because you'll use it again. Now you're going to add a piece of the wire. This is small ultra wire here in green. Good, tie it in, wrap it back. This is a few steps more than the previous fly that we tied. It's a little harder. This is still an easy fly to tie, just a little more to it. Get wrap it in, Now you're going to use a couple of pieces of peacock eye. Let me get that in there here. This is I buy these peacock feathers in bulk. I've already used all the herl up, all the way up to the eye basically, and the eye has a lot of blue in it. So we're going to take a couple of these smaller pieces of herl there. The butt end section there, just go ahead and trim that off. And lay them right alongside. Now these are a little more sparse, which is going to give it a little different look than a regular fly tied with real full looking herl. Wrap your thread back up. Hold your peacock eye herl. And go ahead and wrap it up. Gives it a real nice look here. Like a segments in the body there. A couple wraps. Go ahead and wrap it over to capture it a couple times. Now you want to take your piece of wire that you tied in, and now you're going to counter wrap it back up. Just going to take a few counter wraps here to get back to the front. Just about like that. Tie that off. Like to pull everything up, tie in front of it. Tie behind it a couple times. Make sure you're capturing everything in there. You can break those off or cut them off. That little snip in there. And your wire, you can now just helicopter off. Like that. A couple of wraps. From here, you're going to add some hackle. You can do several different styles of hackle, whatever you got laying around. Could be these webby fibers that you don't use very often. The best way to tie these in is to take a section, pull them straight out like that, pinch them, put your fat fingers in front of the camera, pinch them, and give it a wrap. Make sure you get them all positioned right. Couple wraps. Now you want to pull up. Let's see this peacock herl that I want to get out of here first. Now that I turned it, maybe a little bit better. Yeah, close enough. I'll wrap it in. Turn it over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'll do it on your side in a second here. Pull them to length. You want them about the length of the body of the fly. Give it a wrap. Reach down in there with your scissors. Pull this back, but do not pull it out. You haven't tied it in good enough yet. Now on your side, we're going to do the same thing. You get a better view of this here now. Take your, pull them straight out on the feathers there. Pinch them down a little bit. Grasp them tightly. A couple more wraps. Make sure they're positioned right. One more wrap. Let's see, how's that look? Looks pretty good. Give it a tug. Gotta get it to length here. About like that. I'm gonna give it a couple of wraps here now. Pull your feather and trim it tight. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and give it a couple more wraps of the thread. If you go back on the hackle a little bit, it will wrap it down a little bit. Like that. Give it a whip finish. Give it another one. Get up right up against behind the bead there if you want to cover up that place I nipped off the feather. Cut it away. Alright, now grab some UV finish. Just right on top there. Just one little spot will do ya. Grab your bodkin. Might need another little dab on here. I think I do. I'm going to put it right on my bodkin this time. That way I don't get too much on there. We'll go under it. I want to make sure all the thread's covered up. That's going to be the first part of the fly that falls on you. Once you get it all UV'd up, it's good to go. So, if you've seen my fishing video from a few days ago, this is the fly that caught the first fish. This guy right here. Give him a cure. I like tying him on this little scud hook. Nice small profile little bug floating on down through. Pretty easy to tie also, but not quite as easy as the last one. The last one was just thread and some wool and about it. Some UV. Now this just takes a couple more wraps with the peacock. The peacock is a great attractant. Fish see it sparkling on down the water there and like to go investigate. So if you like the fly, and you think it's something you want to tie, go ahead and tie it up. Let me know how you do on it. I've caught a lot of fish on a blowtorch in general. I've tied them all the way up to a size maybe a 14 with a jig hook. This is about one step smaller than this, the 20 that I can get them down to. They still look pretty decent. I do have size 22 and 24 hooks. Similar to this, I might try it, but I don't know if it's going to turn out as good as this guy does. So, alright, if you do like the fly, you give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'm going to show you how big this fly is. Where do I have it? Here is a dime. So, you can actually see how small this fly actually is. It's just a, you know, you can fit, what, 3 on my thumbnail there? Or right, index fingernail. So, fish like it, especially in the winter time. You need to go small in the winter. You can't use these big old bulky flies in the winter time. Fish aren't as active, and they're looking for a quick meal, and this is it. Alright, thanks for checking me out. Thanks for liking it and subscribing. To all my subscribers who I've gained a few recently. Appreciate that. Alright, we'll get you another one out here as soon as I can. Thanks and have a good day.